Welcome, welcome, welcome in, everyone. Come on in. I'll wait for some of you guys to come in while I check the audio. Welcome, welcome in, everyone. Okay, come on in. Could be a little bit louder. Welcome in. Hi. See you guys coming in. I'm going to wait for a few of you guys to come in here. We're going to have a very, very, explosive meeting of the spirit minds today. And I'm going to talk to you guys about when you master this one thing, your life will never be the same. This is a very, very important video. We're going to try to get this message in about 20-25 minutes. I'm going to wait for a few more of you guys to come on in here, and we are about to learn something very, very powerful today. You do not want to miss it. And I'm just going to take care of a few things so that people searching YouTube will be able to find me. And I will wait for a few more of you guys to come in, and we're about to get started in a moment, okay? Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. So happy to be here with you all this evening to share the good news with you. Because when you master this one thing, everything in your life is going to fall into place. And I'm going to tell you what 2025 revealed to you about yourself, and how when you master the one thing, it literally changes everything. Okay? Hi, Shannon. Hi, is it the Master Resurrected? Welcome in. I think I'm going to go ahead and get started. Allow me to introduce myself. Guys, my name is Tahira, Mother of the Ages. I'm a supernatural quantum healer, psychic investigator. I do specialize in quantum telepathic healing modalities. It's my own form of healing modalities that I created. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist by trade, and I specialize in quantum telepathic hypnosis, quantum healing hypnosis. But I take it further because I am telepathic, and I do have this telepathic energy between me and my clients, guys. So if you do want to book a session, there'll be some links down below. But essentially, this is how I know what we're going to talk about, is because it has to deal with the one thing that you need to master. And this one thing that you need to master is not external from you. You've never been separate from it. And in fact, when you pass away, it stays with you. So if you do not learn how to master this one thing, it will not only be the kiss of death for this lifetime, but for any other incarnation. So this is why we must talk about mastering this one thing. And I want to say to you all is that you must thank the year 2025, because it has brought this thing to the forefront for you. And I'm going to tell you what that is. 2025 has been an amazingly difficult year for a lot of people. And when we look at it on a collective scale, the collective soul body is literally trying to transit through this energy. This energy is the contractional energy of the multi-sphere. It's when things get a little bit tight. Loans kind of get a little bit tight. Money gets tight. It's not circulating as much. These periods are meant to bring us into a universal cycle of contraction and expansion. The year of 2025 reduces to a 9. A 9 is a ending that leads to a new beginning. And within this contractual year of the 9, we have really had to, go within ourselves and see what it is that is stopping us from our own evolution. There's been a lot of things that we've wanted to do within these past 9 years, dreams, books, things that we wanted to write, we wanted to accomplish, and somehow we find ourselves at the end of this cycle and we have not been able to complete those things. We've not been able to really ground into, studying a different field, or, getting, a promotion or a new job, or starting that business, or losing that weight, or doing that fast, or whatever it is. And I'm here to tell you that it's nothing external and there's nothing wrong with you. The system was built that way. And when you learn how to master this one thing, this is when everything will shift. The one thing that 2025 has revealed to us is that we have weak spots in our field. Is that we have a part of us that is not rooted and planted in a strong foundation. And what do I mean? It means when things get hard, when things get tough, the tough gets going. When things get tough, we either see how secure we are, whether that's financially or physically, or how weak and unstable we are. 2025 has literally kind of attacked our pillars, not just here in the US, but it attacked our pillars within ourselves, right? Soul and spirit, right? And so what this year of the 9 has brought to us is to see how stable you are or how unstable you are. And the stability has nothing to do with dollar and cents, has nothing to do with even your physical, ability to move around, but it has everything to do with what I said a few videos back, rebuilding the temple. The temple is not built of brick and mortar, but it is something that you can refine daily. It is a seat of cognition that when you learn how to power this tool and when you learn how to access it, you now literally are sitting in the king or the queen's seat, therefore making you the ruler of all things that are within your sphere of consciousness and even beyond. So the mastering of this one thing will create and make you the master of self, either the king or the queen, turning the instability into a strong foundation. And the one thing we must learn how to master is the mind. He that controls the mind controls all. All is mind, all is mind, all is mind. I'm not just talking about just the mind that you use to, to talk through, to move your body, right? To think, to compute. I'm talking about a deeper part of the mind that can't even be accessed unless you are willing to die to thyself. Because when you master this one thing and you go into this space, we are going from the conscious state of being where we are in control. And in order to get to the one thing that you must master, you must take a seat back and go into the subconscious, not just the subconscious mind, but what I am talking about, it's the part of the subconscious mind that is directly attached to the soul. The soul mind, the soul body and consciousness, into another sphere that connects you quantumly with everything that is, into your own Akashic memory stores. And so in this video, we're going to talk about accessing the subconscious mind and then going deeper into mastering the templates that lie within, so that you can rewrite your story as the winner, as the hero, as the victor. Because if things have not materialized in physicality, it is a you problem, but not a conscious you problem. It is the part of you that is unseen. And being a clinical hypnotherapist, there's a lot of people who have questions about hypnosis, right? And you know, a lot of people think they're going to lose control. They're going to jump up and down. They're going to start barking like a dog. Well, those are all things, you know, just for stage hypnosis, just for entertainment. But what hypnosis is, we are going into an altered state, much like a meditative state. If you were to sit within the solitude and the stillness within self, and you were to literally sit with, and at first you're going to hear the mind chatter, and then you're going to hear these thought forms. And the thought forms are literally kind of audio going on in the background. And we don't know how much we are affected by the audio running in the background, but this is what I'm talking about. This audio that's running in the background is what we must master. But first, we got to get to it. We got to know, where is it coming from, right? So if you were to sit right now, we're going to do this together. We're going to sit together within the breath, within the stillness, and go ahead and take a very big, deep breath in from the base of the diaphragm. Move that breath all the way up the spinal column. Hover that breath over your crown chakra and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to slowly exhale, relaxing crown, face, shoulders, neck, heart, sternum, hands, all the way down to the soles of your feet. One more deep breath in, right from the soles of the feet. Pulling that breath all the way up to the crown. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release deeply and slowly. Slowly and deeply. Close your eyes and take a breath. And I want you to focus on the breath when those eyes are closed. And you may find something very interesting about that breath. If it's deep, is it shallow? Does it alter the heart rhythm? And then you focus in on that heart with your eyes closed and as you're breathing. And then you may ask yourself, is it the breath that's powering the heart, or is it the heart that's powering the breath? And this is where I want you to be. I want you to hang out there. Another deep breath in, right from the base of the abdomen. Bring that breath all the way up, expanding at the crown, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it deeply and completely. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deeper still. And the deeper you go, the better you feel. The better you feel, the twice as deep you go. Another deep breath in, but this time we're going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. release the breath down the back of the head, relaxing, releasing, and letting go. Allowing that energy to flow down the spine, sinking deeper into your bed or your chair, deeper into your internal mind and stream of consciousness, and relax deeper. And on the next breath in, we bring that breath all the way up from the soles of the feet, hovering it over the crown. But this time, when we release that breath, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we're going to bring that breath slowly and gently and hover it over the eyes. And I want you to focus on those eyes. And you may find that there's little fluttering sensations happening underneath those eyes, the eyes moving underneath the eyelids. And this is very normal and very natural. And sometimes even your breath may have a tendency to draw deeper and deeper. And even at times, sometimes your lips, throat, and mouth may start to feel dry. You may get a sudden urge to swallow. All very normal, all very natural. Focusing back on those eyes. And as I want you to focus on those eyes, I want you to shift your awareness from the outer eye. And we're going to imagine that our eyes are turning inside. And as your eyes turn inside, you are now in the empty spaces in between every living thing. This is the seat of cognition that brings you into the infinite space of now, the quantum realm, and we just breathe into this. And it's like tucking your awareness behind your eyes and your eyelids, where it's completely void of light. And as we hang out here, we take in some very big, deep breaths. And as you're doing those breaths on your own, we're going to start accessing the one thing that you need to master. And as you're sitting within the stillness, within your own mind and consciousness, your consciousness starts to shift. And not just the eye turns within, but your awareness also turns within. And you may start to hear those fleeting thoughts. Thoughts of lack, thoughts of love, thoughts of what if, thoughts of I'm not, thoughts of lack. And as you start to hear that, just keep breathing through it, releasing every thought form with a breath. These are the thoughts that have become your reality, because thoughts become things. Focus in on those thoughts that have become things. And you may find that some of these thoughts are the very thoughts that you think daily, are the very thoughts that are keeping you at that 9 to 5, are the very thoughts that are prohibiting you from working out, from leveling up, from becoming the best vibration of self. These thoughts are leading us to the one thing that you must master. Another deep breath in from the solar points of the feet, moving that energy all the way up, like you're pulling something up from rich soil. And this energy is surging through the body, going through all of the major chakras and energy centers of the body. Allow that breath to come up and expand in the chest, heart space. And an exhale out. Allowing the shoulders to start to relax. Releasing the weight of the world on your shoulders. And the breath that you take up from the soles of the feet will show you how you release this next breath, will show you where the dense spots are in your body and in your field. Breathe in, soles of the feet. Raise that breath all the way to the crown and hold. And drop that breath and allow it to fall through the body. And you're going to pay attention to where that breath hits. If anything in your body reacts, if your throat tightens, if your hands become cold or feet become warm, if the back loosens, if you feel something pop, this is where you're holding the one thing that you need to release. Because the body keeps the score. The subconscious mind, which is the life script you are running, can be found in the body. If you're holding too much energy on your shoulders, you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. This is the script that's going on in the subconscious mind. If your back is hurting or cracking, it leads you to those ancestral codes. There's something happening within your lineage that is prohibiting you from growing to the higher vibration. If you feel any sort of stagnation in that heart space, there may be a past love situation that needs healing. The body will tell you what's going on within your subconscious mind. Deep breath in, right from the soles of the feet, and allowing that breath to free flow, clearing out the dense energy centers of the body. And as you keep breathing and releasing, the goal is to allow the mind chatter to do its thing, and eventually it will burn out like a candle. The deeper you go into your own inner mind, into your own inner stream of consciousness, your energy will put the negative thought forms out, blow it out like a open flame. And all you must do is sit within the stillness and within the breath. The breath is the gift from God. The breath aligns you with the present moment. The present moment is the present, is the gift from God. The breath is alignment to the energy of God. The breath is the alignment into the field of God. The breath is the alignment into the awareness of God, of the I am vibration. Breathe in, I am love. Exhale out. I am of lack and scarcity consciousness. Breathe in. I am whole. Breathe out. I am fragmented and weak. Breathe in. I am joy. Breathe out. I am bitter and small. Breathe in. I am one. And breathe out. I am empty. Aligning yourself with the awareness behind the eyes and the eyelids, allowing the eye, third eye chakra to turn within. And breathe into the empty space in your seat of cognition, which is the throne of God. When you master these limiting beliefs, these thought forms, when you blow it out, you are now sitting in the seat of cognition within your own subconscious mind. Sitting within the gateway between the door or the stairwell that leads to the subconscious and the super subconscious Akashic, and in between the conscious mind. When you master the chatter, you're now in the power seat, the throne of God, the king, the queen, the leader, the master of self. And now from this position, when we bring the awareness behind the eyes and the eye sockets, then we breathe in. We allow the gift, the presence of God to bring in the gift of this divine awareness. And we are sitting in between our conscious mind and the subconscious that leads down the stairway to the super subconscious Akashic soul body. Therefore, having eyes on 100% of the mind and the mindscape. Controlling what goes out and now what is in. Because until we master the one thing that is within the subconscious, then things that we do not want will show up externally in our external world and funnel through the 12% of the conscious mind. Conscious mind is 12% of your brain power. Subconscious is the 88%. You must master the 88% of the subconscious. And when you master that one thing, you are king of the castle. You're sitting in the master seat. You have access to both realms, the unseen and the seen realm. And more importantly, you can dictate your thoughts because your thoughts are in fact things. And as you continue with this practice, going deeper into the subconscious just by breathing and releasing the chatter. When you bring those breaths up, it aligns you. As the breath comes down, the body will tell you where the dense parts are. Wherever that breath is hitting or the energy is shifting, there's something you're holding on there. That something you're holding on to is not just physical. It is attached to a belief system a life script that has been controlling you from the beginning of the infliction. When we live, we go through pains. It's a process. And when we don't process it effectively, and we push it back and push it back, these things take life in our subconscious mind, which is 88%. And the more that we just stuff everything back, we start to clutter our temple. The temple, we are building it through observation, through consecration, and through the things that we feel that we did not get. The, oh, it's me, woe, it's me. Being the underdog, not having enough, being overlooked, not being smart enough or have enough money or beautiful enough. All of that you internalize, and you do not use the present, the gift of life, the breath, to release. It gets stored within the subconscious. The longer a negative thought form is there in the subconscious, this is why we must do our subconscious work daily. The longer that festers within the subconscious, it creates a script. We are all on the world stage, and what we are speaking, our belief system, even our knowings, it's coming from the subconscious mind, which is made up of known and unknown associations. Your known associations, you know how to ride a bike, right? You know you like cake and ice cream. You got those are positive. And then we have our negative associations. When I was 5, I fell off of my bike. I got a scar on my leg. That incident, that infliction, that pain body from the infliction, from the fall, created an association in the subconscious mind. When I ride my bike, I tend to fall. Even though it was you were 5 years old, even though you still remember how to ride the bike. You may have an association that, yes, I know how to ride a bike, but how many associations do you have that every time you ride the bike, you fall and you hurt yourself, you sprain your ankle, you go to the hospital, you get sick, you gain weight? More of those negative associations will outweigh the positive, and that's the life script that you're running. And so it keeps you away from the bike, keeps you away from being active. And then you get the slew of the things, the chain reaction from there. And then you say, I can't lose weight. But in fact, it has nothing to do with the weight. It has everything to do with the commands in the subconscious mind. There's too many negative thought forms surrounding the bike incident, surrounding the sprained ankle that limited your movement. And for an example, within every fat cell is trauma. Within every negative thought is something that needs to be released. You must renew the temple. 2025 has led us to where the dense spots are in our field, has led us to what program we are running. Do we have a positive life script, or is it more pessimistic? The reason why things are not reflecting within your, physical realm is because there's something in the script that is unhealed, that is of lack, that is of lower vibration, that says that if I get money and I lose it, that says I'm not good with my money, Therefore, when you get it, when you get the money, you will check, the conscious mind will check the records of the subconscious and to validate what to do with the money. So if there's too many associations that you get money and you lose it and you're not good with it, stemming from this life or a past life or even your parents, because you are the DNA of your mother's 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 father's father's fathers. And through epigenetics, we know that even these things can get passed down to us. And so until you do the subconscious work, renew the temple inside of the temple through the breath of life, through the divine awareness, you will continue to have lack. But when you go into the temple and you allow the mind chatter to go away, you start to see the light, and it starts to reveal to you what script or code you are currently running. Whatever code, script, association that you're running, that is what is going to be reflected into your outer world. I don't care how old you are, how brave you are, how committed to the cause you are. If there is lack in your code, in the subconscious, if there's part of the script bringing you down in vibration, not championing you, telling you that you can't do it, then you will only reflect, the conscious mind is going to check the records of the subconscious, the 88%, to validate what it needs to do next. It's the difference between you going to, invest that into yourself, into a company, into whatever, than you going out with your friends and blowing it, or even you being overly nice and giving it all away, like myself. That's still not good. Overgiving is still something that is lacking within the subconscious. That is what 2025 revealed for me. Anything unbalanced, there is an infliction that happens somewhere along the way, whether it deals with you, your parents, or from a past life. Some of us even hold in collective energy, like myself. This is why we have to constantly be releasing. Sometimes we step away from the news and all of those things, anchoring us, the news anchor anchoring us into that vibration. This is the thing you must master, because next year is the year of 2026, where you can be renewed. But we must clear out the associations that are lowering your field, keeping you stagnated, lost, confused, broke, weak, fragmented. All is mind, all is mind, all is mind. And when you master the temple, not just the mind, these minds, the inner temple that puts you in alignment with your life script, those associations, when you master that, the clearing out of that, the expanding that to seeing where that came from. Where did this limited thought come from? And where there's one, there will be many. If you're not making the 100K or whatever that you want to make per year, there is a lack in the code within the subconscious. I have set with this thing, and it doesn't matter how good you are, if you overwork, if you work 20 hours a day, nothing will be showing up outwardly if internally the 88% of you has a lack in that code, in that money code, in that health code. If there is failure in that code, in that 88%, if there's lack, if there's scarcity, if there's low self-esteem, low self-concept, it will not translate to your outer world. It will never, 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 ever do it. And this is good for us because we know that we don't need to get another job. We don't need to work harder. We don't need to, another, hour in the gym on top of the 2 that we're doing daily. We have to get into the temple because this is your spiritual technology. And that's why they want to bring the neural link, because they know that there are ones of us who know how to mastermind, who know how to pick the lotto numbers, who know how to manifest instantly. And 2026 will bring our telepathy online and our ability to have our thoughts become things quicker, because the vibration of the planet is speeding up. Therefore, even your manifestations will speed up. So if you want to start to rapid manifest, it's not even a manifest. It's just clearing out the denseness. And when you find that dense spot, you're going to know it because it won't feel good. You're going to feel a little ashamed and a little overwhelmed because it's been there for a while. The longer that sits there in the subconscious, then the subconscious connects to your super subconscious, which is like the soul, right? And then the Akashic records. This is why you can see what's going on with someone subconsciously or even within their daily life by looking at the Akashic records. I can often tell how long has this been there. And a lot of the times, if I see it in the Akashic records, it's normally generationally. Some of these things aren't even you. Some of these things were passed down to you and through your environment, because your parents tend to raise you as they were raised. Then through epigenetics, that gene, that limiting belief gets activated, and you don't even know why you and your mother had kids around the same age, why you and your mother did this the same, you and your father, why the addiction, runs in the family. It's just through the DNA, because the subconscious, the temple, was never renewed. It was always just, let's just stuff it back. That is a recipe for disaster. So the beauty about this whole thing is, if we sit within mind, within meditation, within hypnosis, we sit within the stillness, which is source, the empty spaces in between. This is the work. This is where all of the work is done. Just like when they say you want to lose weight, all the work is done in the kitchen. This is your kitchen, subconscious. All of your work is done. I don't care if you want to lose weight. I don't care if you want to become smarter. Whatever it is, make more money, be more beautiful. Everything is attached to a command that's already been written. Then this is why you get the deja vu, because it's already been written. You wrote it. Somewhere along the way, it was written by you. And when you water it with your mouth, you're watering that fleeting negative thought form. It doesn't mean we won't get the negative thought forms, but we allow them to pass. Or better yet, I like to sit with it within the breath and allow it to take me to where it wants to take me. And that negative thought, cycle that throughout the body and allow that breath and that negative thought to show you where the dense spots are in your field. Because the body will keep the score. The body will tell you. It will tell on itself that what's happening in the subconscious. And when you master this, you are literally the master within your own life. You become the sovereign. This is the only way we become the sovereign. This is the only way we have to get our sovereignty codes back, meaning we have to debug, unplug, detach from the things that are causing the disruptions and the negativity being stored. We have to detach from these things. And even when we find out the limiting belief, it is your job to sit with it, understand where it came from, and then detach. And what that means is do not give it any sort of emotional charge. And you can go into some EFT tapping, I believe it is, emotional freedom tapping. And we start to tap on these points here and say, even though I need to, release this habit, I truly still completely love and accept myself. Even though I need to release this habit, I still fully love and accept myself. Even though I need to release this habit, I still fully love and accept myself, right? That just rewires. That we just detach from it through the emotional freedom technique. And so what that does is it offers you grace. So yeah, I know I have this, but I'm still going to hold the higher vibration of love and acceptance for self. And it's when you hold the grace and the acceptance for self, that just falls off. And maybe it won't fall off all in one day, but you keep bringing it up. And then after you do one round of tapping, the fingers and all of that, you do the one round of tapping, we bring it back up again. And it should start getting less and less. So maybe it was at a 8. Maybe the next time you bring it up, it's at a 5. Maybe the third time you bring it up, it's at a 3. Keep doing that until the level of the spark, the connection to it is literally the lowest that it can be. This is the work. When we say do the work, there's no way around it. Nothing is external. Nothing is external. This is what we have to do, but we have to be able to. We thank 2025, the year of the 9. Because it showed us what we need to release so that we can have our new beginning. But we cannot have our new beginning holding on to the lower vibration. This is what I keep talking about, releasing the lower third. You have to go within the subconscious to find out what that is. And you can look in your life. I'll give you a cheat code to entering the subconscious for this. Look in your life. See what it is you've been trying to do for a very long time. The goals you've been trying to accomplish. These have negative thought forms in your subconscious. Otherwise, it would show up. I don't care what it is. I don't care what, financial bracket you were born into. I do not care because the mind cares not. The mind doesn't know that you're not at the free throw practicing. But if you visualize it, then it thinks you're there. The mind doesn't care if you cheat. This is a cheat code. Look throughout your life, the things that you've wanted to accomplish this year, over the past 9 years, over the past cycle. This is where you know where the weak spots in your field are. This is where you know the subconscious work that needs to be done. We need to bring up more associations of love, right? Or that you do have love in your life, or that you are that multimillionaire, or that you do have this new business, or whatever it is, or that you're this great parent now, or that you don't have the addiction. We need to put more positive associations in the subconscious mind to outweigh the negative. And anytime the negative thought forms come up, because they will, because the archons love to bring up what you don't know about. And this is how they use the subconscious script against you, because guess what? Your conscious mind will check with the 88% of the subconscious. And it'll say, yep, I see that negative thought form right here. Check. And then you get more of it. But this is how we're going to rewire ourselves. We're going to renew our temple through the subconscious programming. So you can do this into the end of the year. You start releasing these things. Look throughout your life. Hey, I've been doing this. I've been holding on to, I've been wanting to do this, but I've been feeling like I can't because I don't have this, I don't have that. That's lack and scarcity. And even what I found out for myself, because I've been doing my subconscious work as well, is that overgiving is still lack and scarcity. This is why I didn't get my Powerball, right? This is why I hadn't yet got that, because I had to learn this about myself. I've been on a loop of overgiving. What you're saying to the universe is, I can't hold this 10 million or whatever it is by myself. I must give part of it away to people. You're saying that you can't hold it yourself. As of before, I thought, no, I'm going to be nice and I'm going to do this. I'm going to donate to this or that. No, you're telling the universe you can't hold it by yourself. So guess what? It's not going to show up. So I'm just letting you into the work that I'm doing. I'm releasing the need to be the overgiver, the over sacrificial lamb, the one that has to literally ration out, my plate of food and give everyone else, and then I eat what's left over. That's humble. But the subconscious mind, it doesn't know that you're being humble. It just knows that there is lack in the code. So as this is what I'm doing and working on to release before next year, right? Then you guys will start to go through a list of things in your life and start to make that list, and then start to work on those things. And then you can just breathe, and you can listen to frequency music. You can book a session with me, a hypnosis session, any of those things. But you can do this work on your own if you are committed to it, right? And if you see that negative thought form is not going away, just start doing the emotional freedom tapping. Even though I have this bad habit, I still fully love and accept myself. Even though I have this bad habit, I think one here, I still fully love and accept myself. Even though I have this bad habit, I still fully love and accept myself. These are all those energy centers in the body. And now it lessens the pain. You can even do this if you have cravings. The cravings will go away. You're like, oh, I want to lose weight, but that chocolate cake is calling me. Start your emotional, freedom tapping. And you can look this up online. It's very easy. And then, just keep doing it until the craving goes down. And even that negative thought form, keep doing it until the self-love comes up, until the lack comes down. This is what we call the work. I think people don't understand when people say I did the work. This is the work. And you do the fasting, right? The praying, the meditations, all of this is a work, but there's a season for everything. And I think we're going into a season because our telepathy is coming online as a collective starting next year, within the next 9-year cycle, right? So we got to clear that off, because we don't want to be sharing the negative vibrations. We don't want to be sharing the lack in our code, because then the more lack will show up within the collective. And I think it's already starting to happen. And so I think that this is what Source really wanted me to bring today. So we start working on it individually. And then as a collective, we can start to build something of the higher vibration. And because we can't blame the passport IDs of the world and the Trumps of the world and the whatever governments around the world and the people on the benefits and all of that. No. Everything starts with you, your life script, your subconscious script. However long it's been there, then it starts to go on a soul level, meaning it's become Akashic. When it's become within the Akashic stores, typically it's become ancestral, meaning it's something you can pass down. So if you do the work on yourself, you're going to actually update the codes within your lineage. If you do the work on yourself, especially before you even give birth, you're going to rewrite that code so that it's not passed down. That negative trait through DNA. It's not passed down to your children. Do you see what I'm saying? And even if you have children, you fixing your codes, they're sharing the same codes. That gets updated on an Akashic soul level. This is the work. This is when I say I'm doing the work and let you guys into the work that it is that I do, within myself and within client sessions. This is the work. And all is mine, all is mine, all is mine. I'm telling you. Okay, guys, I think that's it. I love you all so much. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thank you, Sister Sonia, Janice, and Angel. Awesome. I hope your dad is watching. Oh, I had the most amazing session today. And I just love that. It doesn't even matter how old you are. I love that. I have a lot of people in the older generation, like my father's generation, who watch me and who understand these things. And I love that they're still striving for evolution. It just goes to show you, never stop striving for evolution, because your soul doesn't have a year. And that's another thing, the subconscious. If you're 80 years old or 90 years old, then you can go in there and program your 90-year-old self. It doesn't have to look like the 90-year-old self that they present to you on TV. No, you can be of literally, of just a high vibration and joy and light at that age, if you do the work within the subconscious. So when we master the subconscious, you master everything in your world. Everything. You're so welcome. Thank you. Thank you, guys. And so this is the work that we'll start to, we'll go down this path, and it's very important for us to start doing, because the system, the beast system is closing in, but nothing is higher than the sovereign soul. It's not enough just to read about the sovereign soul, right? To read about God and to pray to God. Greater things should you do. You have a duty to actually do to become that as well. When we all stand within our sovereign codes, then this is how we gain our physical sovereignty back. The reason why they can do the things they're doing is because all we're doing is reacting. And then going, have drinks after work or whatever, just pushing it down. We're not actually going in and rewriting the code, removing their thought forms, the things that they show us, the negative vibrations, and then rewriting the code by bringing in something to counteract that. All we must do is go into the subconscious to rewrite the world's code. There's nothing you don't need to protest. You don't even need to, there's no need to do anything. Comply on the surface with the 12%. But with the 88% of the conscious mind, you know the work that you'll be doing. That's it. And it makes the transition that we're going through over the next 9 years, 5 to 9 years. It's gonna, if you detach from it and just do the subconscious work, and you stay the sovereign within yourself. Doesn't matter what their one world system, one world government, all of that, it can't trump a sovereign soul. A soul that's been healed, consecrated, cleared, and purified, and magnified. And when we do that, we have this chain that we're all energetically connected, because it is us leading them. Like, we're not following them, they're following us. That's why they need the blockchain and the different links taking you and connecting you together, because we are an etheric cord, all of us together. We are naturally all linked in on a soul level, because we are soul clusters. And we can magnify this beautiful energy that brings divine healing and wisdom and enlightenment. And if we hold yellow energy within our heart all at the same time, it would ascend us off of the earth planet. And that would be the end of the earth days. This is what it says within the Cosmic Bible. And so the blueprint has been left for us, but all that is left for us to do is pop into rebuilding the temple. So this is what I'm talking about. Renewing the mind, the inner mind, the inner I am, bringing that up to sit on the throne, the seat of cognition here, located within between these two eyes. And it's an awareness that literally it's within the empty space. there when you release the chatter and you get into the 0 point consciousness. That's where it is, okay? So Shannon says, so I felt like I was blowing out a candle and being squeezed out. I was doing the exercise. Beautiful. Guys, rewind this and do it. And you can put on some frequency music too and just sit within the breath. Use that mind chatter. When you use that mind chatter, that those negative thoughts that come, this is what's been going on in the subconscious. That's the culprit. That's why your money hasn't shown up, your job, your partner. Because there's a code that says lack, scarcity, lack, I ain't, I can't, I won't. That's what's going on. That's what we need to master. It's nothing to do with anyone else external. You are controlling everything. We can control literally the stars from our mind. When we are seated and rooted here, we can control everything external. This is the divine discipline that must come online, because things are about to come, the tribulations and all of those things. It's not to scare you, but when we renew our mind and we rebuild the temple, you're safe. Renewing the mind, the subconscious, super subconscious mind. Okay. You needed to hear this? Yes, Angel. I think we all needed to hear this, because I was going to do another video and then it's like, no, I need to do this. Yeah. We're doing well, guys. There was a time where some of our parents didn't know about stuff like this. Then, in our generation, we call it what? Going to therapy. But if we take it one step deeper, like me as a hypnotherapist, we go directly to the subconscious because we understand that is where the work happens. So, you know how they say that it's like a child, right? A child will be in the kingdom of heaven because the kingdom of heaven is within. That imagination that they told you about, that literally is the quantum realm. The imagination is the real cosmos, because you can't think a thought that does not already exist within creation. If you can think it, it exists somewhere. And so being childlike, returning back to the inner child, feeding your inner child, it needs time to play. That inner child will teach you how to love again, how to smile again, how to find the inner passions. When you're in that light, free flow state, this is how everything starts to flow back to you. You can't be like, oh no, I hope I get the job. I hope. That's still lack, scarcity, lack, I hope, maybe, all of those, that verbiage is part of the lack code that is located within the subconscious mind. And then that's why things haven't shown up. And it's truly that simple. And there's an awareness here. And I want to see if this awareness would like to leave a message for us. There's an awareness here. Because we have been still, we have shattered the old paradigm. I'm seeing like farm animals. We're going from the cattle that they wanted to lead to the slaughterhouse into, it's like what we should have always been, which is, it's nothing physical. It's an essence that we carry within when we enter into our holy kingdom within, and we take the holy communion within. And that holy communion is you're sitting in with the prosperity codes of self. You're not sitting in and listening in and validating those negative thoughts. You're clearing that out. The Holy Communion is that grace, is that love, is that patience, is that joy that you give to yourself. And you're just sitting within that stillness and cycling this energy within you. This is how we let in God to consecrate our being from the inside out, consecrating our internal waters, having that internal baptism. And the baptism is a renewal of the spirit mind, is what source consciousness is saying. And we can have a renewal and a baptism, a holy baptism. Giving it back to me. Source wants to remind you too, if you need help with that, give it back to me. Give those negative thought forms back to me. And what it is, you are detaching from the lower third, detaching from the part that brings you down, and you are allowing the path, right? The part that is light and airy just to kind of flow up. And it's the holding the space for yourself, the grace for yourself. Even though I have this habit, even though I'm not where I need to be, I still love myself. I still accept myself. That is how we do the internal baptism. And then this is what, when we bring that back by detaching from the negative and we hold it up to the light through those words of higher vibration and attunement, this is how your internal waters get baptized. And then this is the Holy Communion, is when you bring that back to source for source to bless. And then the consecration just happens so beautifully. And now your codes are being rewritten right now. We just caused a rapid shift here with all of our consciousness together, and some of your codes are already being rewritten already. This Holy Communion, this purification, even this deification, the light is just being risen within you and magnified through source love and through source consciousness. And through the vibration of the forgiveness is how we purify our hearts. Some of you guys, somebody listening needs to release what they're holding in their heart. It is a massive pain body. I can feel it. You will not get far. Release that pain, release that hurt. I don't know if someone has a passed away son that passed away, or a partner that just left sporadically. I'm seeing some sort of cross. I don't know if you're at a crossroads and what to do. Go within, and you'll never be without. The union is within. Do not pressure yourself for external validation, external love. The first union is within masculine and feminine within self. When we hold these polarities, it gives birth to the inner child, and blessed by the holy oversoul, creating a divine cross. And you're going through that cross, hits and conjoins right here in the heart space. This is how you release. This is how you get the forgiveness. This is how you transcend the duality focal point. This is how you get the true love. It's the love within self. The masculine part of yourself that works daily, that puts things into place, that puts processes down, that has a plan. The feminine flow part of yourself that rejoices in the wonderment of the imagination. That is the cheerleader that says, yes, you can do it, and says that the impossible is possible. When you bring those two energies and forces together, it will naturally birth not only the inner child, but it renews that heart. And the heart field, and your heart field is much greater than the mind. So now not only have we renewed our temple, but when we drop down and we allow source, we bring it and pull it back and allow source to consecrate it through the internal holy waters and that internal baptism. Now it brings something very beautiful. Now we open ourselves to our heart mind, because we have our head mind, our heart mind, and our gut mind. Our gut mind connects us back to like the record of like our ancestral, our original blueprint, our original spark. The heart mind connects us to the Christ energy and vibration, to the holiness within ourselves. The head mind connects us to the seat of cognition, to the throne of God, to you sitting in your power seat, to your manifestations. This is, we can do all of this with just listening and releasing the need for anything. When we become small, this is how we actually sprout out. Guys, that was source coming in, energy coming in my right ear. That source bringing this message. Thank you so much, Mother Source, for blessing this message and blessing this session today. And thank you, Natalie, for the 10, is it euro? A super chat. I really, really appreciate it. Could be pound, but I think it's euro. Thank you so much. And you say, and affirming, my body, my mind are absorbing youthful energy. Yes, I grow younger and healthier every day. Yes, this is the affirmation and the what you have affirmed already. And, you know, when two or more are gathered, and I am in agreement with you, and I am in agreement with all of you, and may not only our individual bodies just heal and absorb youthful energies and become younger and healthier every day, but as a collective soul body, may our collective soul body get renewed through this process. And every time we uplift ourselves, part of our internal or eternal soul body, which connects back to the one Akashic mind of source, gets renewed. This is what we're going to use to power us through the times of hardship that are coming. But see, Source has a divine plan, and the divine plan has already started to take form within the heart, within the soul, within the consciousness of man. And for the ones who love the divine, it is all happening for our benefit and for our good. It is done, it is done, it is done, it is done. Okay, and you also say reverse physical age and renew mental and spiritual energy by counting your age backwards to 21. Yes, saying I am, you know, this many years old, visualizing yourself youthful and radiant. And thank you for bringing that up, because we work backwards. This is why we always have a deja vu. We work backwards. So we see the event, we see the negative thought form. That negative thought form, when we take it in through those breaths, it can often lead us to an event. This is what I do for my clients in hypnosis, in the quantum hypnosis session through the past life regression. We go back to a lifetime where the event happened, because a lot of the time, guys, the event does not happen in this life. The event may be stemming from a lifetime that you had where you were, you know, killed, or you died unpeacefully. You're still not at rest with how that life ended, or that you were poor, that you were hungry. There's an event somewhere, and a lot of these things are the foundational template within the Akashic records located in the super subconscious mind. And what that does is, when people start throwing darts at you in their negative speech, whether it's your mother, brother, you know, sister, father, peers, a lot of this stuff is allowed to stick because you're already coming in at a deficit. You're already coming in holding some of those ancestral templates of lack or scarcity, you know, from a famine that you went through or your family went through in a previous time. And so when these darts and negative thought forms get spewed your way, you know, there's already a template ready to catch those things. And then now you're just building on top of the template. So these are all the things that I kind of do in the hypnosis session. And this is what I'm talking about, templates. Template is a foundation, and it typically is not stemming from this life. It comes in with us through our many different incarnations and, you know, lifetimes. And so this is the work. Thank you so much, guys. This was such a beautiful, beautiful time that we had, meeting of the spirit minds is what I like to call it. And we will do more of these things, especially I want to start, you know, We got to prepare ourselves for next year. So this was very important, but I will be back tomorrow to continue the foolishness, right? No, to continue God's work. Okay, guys. I love you so very much. I love you. I love you. I love you. And so it is as we walk together in, I have to say it, to continue the Lord's work. And that word is coming through. And so now I think I understand the energy that was in my right ear. So I have to say that to continue the Lord's work. Okay. Thank you, guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. And so it is as we walk together in divine love. Be well. Be well, guys.